Finally, a brave Tory MP, Kevin Hollinrake, decided to stand up in the House of Commons and expose the reality of migrant crisis and how it's all about money.
And if I can quote Paul Stanfield, who's the head of overseas of organised crime at Interpol, who said recently, "It is all about the money." If you want to tackle...
Yes, it is all about the money because, you think it's obvious to understand that the situation we're now having, the clash between the UK and France, and the migrant situation, and the smugglers, and the left-wing lawyers, and all the people around it who are more visible, there is an invisible group behind. Because we know the organised crime, obviously organisations who also use the smugglers, the low-life smugglers, they just use them as pawns to get the money in and get the money out and try to wash money in the sense that, but there are a lot of problems right now when it comes to currency, the situation we have, especially not being in the Eurozone, when we have discovered Russia and China, the money that comes from, well, they're criminal, obviously, gangs, and also even internally in this country as well. So it's not just European and the Chinese and the others. This is why we have to listen to the people who are trying to raise the issue, but they're being completely ignored.
But the second economic crime is that money then is laundered, and is laundered through this country. Much of it is laundered through this country. And if you want evidence of that, we should listen to our very own corruption czar, the Prime Minister's corruption czar, my honourable friend, the member for Weston-super-Mare.
The thing is, we do have to listen to people like Hollinrake and a number of others who are trying to raise this issue because when everything has become political and the Home Office could have a fight with Priti Patel and then the media will have a fight with Priti Patel, as voters will have to obviously hold her to account, and then we'll say, so what is the issue? Is it just because the French authorities are not really working with you? Look at the reality, just dig a bit deeper and you find out there's a bigger problem than just, French government and the UK government aren't really working with each other, or the border force in this country refuse to implement Priti Patel's policy of returning the boats. It's a lot deeper than that. And in terms of why this happens in this country, again, Hollinrake explained, it's genuinely because we haven't really tackled the issue on a financial level and in terms of our own internal security.
The reason this country is used is A, because some of our lax regulations, as my right honourable friend mentioned in her speech, some of our lax regulations, but also because the concentration of advisors in this country, be it lawyers, be it accountants, be it consultants, these other people, these are the people that facilitate the rabbit holes that this money goes down and then can be used for legitimate purposes. That's what happens with this money.
He is absolutely spot on. We have on this channel, we did an exclusive expose of some of the so-called legal firms in this country. They are legitimate lawyers who use Instagram to advertise illegal routes for migrants to enter the country. They are actually openly and publicly using Instagram to advertise their services. We have the lawyers doing that. We have all this account. The thing is, the fact that this country is a hub for financial hub, tech hub, and of course, we have the City of London with all the lawyers, corporate lawyers. It's a good thing. This country is so great that economically it's attractive. The problem is, just like what happened in the 20th century with New York, is that when you have a concentration of all the experts and all the great lawyers and accountants, you're going to end up with some dodgy ones. And you're going to need to use the government to make sure that we do go after the criminals. You can't just allow people who technically, legitimately operating in this country, but in reality, they are working against our own interests. This has to stop. I mean, I've made a lot of videos on migrant crisis, but I think this is one of the most important ones. So if you don't mind, feel free to share this. Click on the like button as well to make sure that YouTube recommend this video for once across its platform. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tousi, and I'll come back with you to you guys with another update throughout the whole day. We are on the media, and don't forget to subscribe.